Hey guys, Moldran here, and recently started playing hardcore in Diablo. I just wanted to get a change from softcore, and yeah, I decided to play hardcore vision, and I've been having a lot of fun. Now, first I'm gonna explain to you my build that I'm using. That's really strong. It's probably what most visualists use right now, pushing high grade rifts. But yeah, it's pretty much I'm using the Helltooth set, and this is the build. Now I use corpse spiders, which is my mana generator to keep up a nice and steady mana flow. And it also serves to proc my focus restraint ring set. Then one of my main attack skills is Acid Cloud with Acid Rain. In high grade rifts, you can think about changing it to Slow Burn with the cold damage, which is also really good. Then I got Wall of Death Firewall. That's my second main ability, and with my bracers that I'm gonna show you, I can cast this actually up to 3 times in a row, which is a lot of damage. Then for survivability, I have Soul Harvest, which gives me additional intelligence and armor. We always want to try to keep that up at all times. Spirit Walk is kind of like survivability cooldown. It makes you run through walls and stuff. Saved my ass already quite a few times. And then I got Piranhas, which is a nice DPS boost. It costs a lot of mana, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, monsters take additional 15% damage from everything, and it does a lot of damage itself. Passives are also self-explanatory. I got the Confidence Ritual on my Health Amulet, which means I deal 25% more damage to close enemies, which probably is often the case if you play aggressive. Graven Justice to keep up my mana if things die. Swamp Planet Human for additional resist. Often you are close to like 10 monsters, then this is like 1.2k more resist. Physical, especially the most important one. Spirit Vessel is a second life. In hardcore, probably like must have. And Gruesome Feast is when you're healed by Health Globe, gain 10% of your mana again. Keeps up my mana because it's a more mana heavy build. And first, the gear now, before I show you some gameplay. Really important are the bracers, Jerom's bracers, increases Wall of Death damage by 100%, which is huge, and it can be cast up to 3 times. So I can cast 3 firewalls here instead of 1. And they do a lot of damage. You can also stack them on one place. For example, if there's a Rift Guardian, you do 3 firewalls on him, and it really starts taking a lot of damage. Equally important is the belt. The belt means whenever I hit the monster, there's going to be a fetish army that I'm going to show soon. Then also important is health, as I said, already explained the passive, and the weapon. The weapon makes it so that Acid Cloud gains the effect of the Bomb Broom, and also increases Acid Cloud damage by up to 100%. Of course, I want to get an ancient one, but I haven't been lucky yet, but eventually I'll get it. And then, ultimately what this set is built about is the Helltooth set. You can see all 3 bonuses, 2, 4, and 6 piece bonus, make a lot of sense and really help you become much stronger. 2-piece set bonus makes it so that when you use primary skills and you use, for example, Acid Cloud or Wall for Death, and you hit enemies, they become afflicted by necrosis. This is good in solo play and group play because A, monsters can be slowed, B, they take 1500% weapon damage per second, so it's another huge dot, and C, they take 20% increased damage from all sources for 10 seconds, so this boosts your own damage a lot, but also like if you play in a group, also the group damage. 4-piece bonus is defensive. It means you take 50% less damage if you apply necrosis to an enemy. And the 6-piece bonus is after you cast Wall of Death, you gain 900% increased damage for 50 seconds of primary skills. You also want to cast Wall of Death first and then follow it up with Acid Rain, Spam, and so on. Focus Restraint, of course, you have to keep it up. That's where you just need to use Corpse Spiders for one of them. And then you use either Firewall or Acid Rain for the other. And you can see now I turned into a skeleton, which looks pretty cool actually. And there's 2 more skeletons. Now where are those from? The skeletons here actually come from this. In the cube, I cubed the Grin Reaper, which is a Witch Doctor only specific helm, which means a chance when attacking to summon horrific mimics that cast some of your equipped skills. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I have. In solo play you can change with Unity, but also Convention is good if you need more damage. In group you always want to use Convention, and you cube the Furnace. So cubing is pretty standard really. And let me show you a short rift of this build in action, because it plays really well. I did 55 solo with that yesterday, which actually wasn't too bad considering I started the Switch like 4 days ago. Probably gonna go for 60, which would be top 20 almost, top 30, top 50, okay. And once again an ancient weapon, but yeah, let's start here first with 50 just to show you how the build plays, demonstrate it a bit because it is a lot of fun. And for me, like personally, I got a bit bored with like playing the Whirling Barb on softcore, but in hardcore now, I'm actually having a lot of fun playing the Witch Doctor, new class, and like always the thrill of dying. I mean, I procced a few times. Hardcore is not too hard if you always like make proper decisions, if you know which difficulty you can handle, if you don't like increase it by 10 suddenly. But yeah. You can see here the build plays pretty well. You use the firewalls, you spam everything, keep your focus restrained, and then every like 20 seconds you just activate your spirit, or what's it called, soul harvest, to keep the additional armor. Toughness goes up to 80 million, which is pretty tanky for hardcore. And you can see like I don't need to play defensive with this build, I can just like YOLO it through. On higher grade rifts, I gotta be a bit more careful, but for this right now, this is good enough. You can also see like the 15 fetishes running with me together with the skeletons. So I'm gonna use throwing back piranhas, cast firewalls, like all the small creatures, like they kind of like reminded me of the Act 3 monsters in Diablo 2, where you were fighting against those and now they're like fighting on your side. Use Spirit Rock to get quickly out of this and refresh my cooldowns. You see like everything's going really smooth. Elite picks are no problem, especially now when I have a power shrine. You really do a lot of damage here. Just make sure you don't die if you play hardcore. That's the most important thing. Because otherwise you lose a lot. I mean, I would lose all my gear. That being said, like I already got backup gear, so I wouldn't lose too much. But yeah, playing Diablo has been a blast since this season. It's definitely been the most fun for me for a very long time. I know a lot of people complain because I stopped playing my barb, didn't like push grade rates to top 10 or 1000 plus Paragon, but I want to play Diablo like how I enjoy it. And for me it was trying a new class, the Witch Doctor in my case, and playing hardcore with it to get this additional challenge. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. I'm gonna show the Rift Garden at the end now. Alright, and here we are again, and you're gonna see Rift Garden with this build is pretty easy. I mean, I'm not using a Gem of Strict, actually I forgot to show my gems. You're using two defensive gems, the Gizzard, which gives me a lot of life per second, and also the Esoteric Alteration gem, which gives me a lot of resist to everything except physical. And as offensive gem I use Dread, which is consistent like 30-40% damage buff. Okay, should be the last pack here for the Guardian, and there we go. Spawn a bit back there. I'm not gonna go through the Molten Explosion here, but yeah, I'm gonna make myself on the way. Gotta be quickly to refresh my 5 stacks. That's the first thing I'm gonna do now, and yeah. Now use some firewalls, follow it up with piranhas, and then spam acid rain. And you see, keep your focus restrained by occasionally throwing in your primary attack. Then just keep it up. Refresh again the Soul Harvest buff. Piranha whenever you have mana for it. Also make sure you dodge all this stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to play Witch Doctor, it's a lot of fun to play hardcore as well. So if you want to do something different in Diablo, definitely try hardcore or try playing different classes. I'm having a lot of fun right now. And yeah, good luck in whatever you're doing in Diablo. Hope this was a bit useful. And thanks for watching. I'll be back.